A former Harvard professor says he is leaving the university after 40 years, claiming its focus on DEI is doing more harm than good, writing, quote, "In the fall of 2020, I came across an outstanding prospect who was a perfect fit for our program. In past years, this candidate would have risen immediately to the top of the applicant pool. In 2021, however, I was told informally by a member of the admissions committee that, meaning admitting a white male, was not happening this year." Harvard alumnus Shabbos Kestenbaum joins us now. Happy New Year, Shabbos. Thanks so much for being on with us.
Happy New Year. Good to be here.
So the professor writes about this seemingly open, anti-white, anti-male environment that has really been growing in Harvard. As an alumnus, is this something that you have experienced? Do you agree with what the professor wrote?
Certainly, I agree with what the professor wrote. It's shocking, but it's certainly not surprising. I mean, a country that does not teach about its own history is certainly a country that does not have much of a future. But honestly, my greatest concern is the greater societal implications and the greater societal ills, particularly the demoralization of young people in America. So when you have cultural elites or professors who insist and instruct young people that their culture is not worthy of preservation, that their race is something to be apologetic over, that their history is not worthy of scholarship, then of course those young people, particularly young men, will become disillusioned and disassociated with the society they're meant to be interacting with. And we need to be very clear now that we're in 2026 that not all cultures are equal, not all civilizations are equal. We need to be teaching about the virtues of Western civilization. There's a reason that 200,000 Somalis are living in the United States, and spoiler, there are 0 Americans living in Somalia. So the anti-white discrimination, the anti-Asian discrimination, and the anti-American narratives being taught at institutions of higher learning is something that's been an open secret for decades.
Well, and going back to the 1960s, about 85% of all universities required a course in Western civilization. But as the professor writes, I want to put up the full screen, he says, "It is hard to avoid the impression that, whether through hostility or neglect, Western history is being phased out or allowed to die on the vine at Harvard. My remaining colleagues in Western history are almost distinguished specialists, but new blood is not flowing in." And what he's referring to, we see all across the country, that these universities, not only are they not requiring Western civilization teaching, but a lot of places aren't even offering that. How can we expect these young students coming out of college to be able to lead our country if they're not being taught how our country became, how our democracy, our laws, and even science formed?
Well, I think you diagnosed the problem pretty well. We need young people to defend and advocate for Western civilization, but they can't do that thing if they're not being taught what Western civilization actually is and what the virtues of Western civilization is. And again, we are proud as Americans. We are proud to talk about our history, our culture, our identity. And when you consistently tell young people that they need to be apologetic, they need to be ashamed, they need to apologize over their history, then of course, when they become policymakers, when they become judges and jurors, when they become authors of the books your kids and grandkids will be reading, of course they won't have that enthusiasm and that feeling of patriotic identity with their culture. So it's a tremendous problem. And this, again, is one of the frustrations we have with institutions of higher learning, whereby Harvard University, for example, has spent more than $1 billion on diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives, but at the same time has not hired in the last 10 years a single professor in the Western civilization canon. That is a major problem, not just for Harvard, but really for American society at large.
Well, I think that's why a lot of people are kind of going against traditional education. Excuse me. Shabbos Kestenbaum, thanks so much for joining us. We did reach out to Harvard University for a statement, but did not hear back. Thank you so much.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.